Hi everyone, my name is Anna Antoine and I am with the Greater Brookfield Chamber of Commerce. Today I'm here to help you through the Enhanced Listing Training, which is basically a mini website of your organization right on the Greater Brookfield Chamber of Commerce's directory page. There is a lot of information, so bear with me. At the end, we will see a couple examples of current chamber members that have this enhanced listing. So without further ado, here we go. This is the Member Information Center homepage. You will see your welcome message here as well as some upcoming events. On the top is our directory, the events tab, resources, reports, news. On the side here, the hot deals, member-to-member deals, news releases, and job postings. At the bottom of this page is where members can post updates, information, anything that they would like to convey to the rest of the membership. If we select the Personal Information tab, at the top here you can see your profile, which includes your name, your job title, your contact preference, including all the ways to contact you, like your address, your phone numbers, your email address. This is also where you select if you are the primary contact and or the billing contact, as well as a place to put a personal bio describing you and your role within your organization. Next is your username and password. Here you can see the username that you selected as well as your password to get into the Member Information Center. If you would like to change these, this is also where you can do that. You can also select a photo of yourself. You will see this information at the bottom of your company directory. You can also select which groups and interests you would like to receive information from the Chamber for, including Business After 5, our BCBCs, which are our business connections, any education workshops we have coming up, speed networking, any coffee chats. If you don't want to receive information specifically for those programs, you can uncheck these boxes here, save changes, and you will not receive email communication regarding those specific programs. You will still continue to receive our Tuesday newsletter, which has all of our programs listed. Moving on to the tab with the social networks. Again, these are your personal social networks, your personal LinkedIn, your personal Twitter, and your personal Facebook pages. Under your display preferences, this is where you can decide what information you would like to share with the public versus what you would like to share with the chamber members. So if you do not want your company email out there for everybody to see, you can select just chamber members to receive that information or to show that information, or you can select that none of that information is shown. That is strictly up to you and is a personal preference. Now we are going to go into the company tab. And this is what we're all here for. This is for your enhanced listing, your company and organization's enhanced listing on the Brookfield Chamber website. Starting with the profile summary. This is the information that you have decided to provide. You can see here that 40% of my organization information has been filled in. I have a primary phone number, an email address, a physical address, but I am missing a website and a mailing address. You can see I have provided photos and logos, as well as a map link. So if you are trying to figure out what information you are still missing, this is the perfect place to find that out. All you have to do is select this update and it'll take you to the correct page where you can finish uploading all of that information. Moving on to the organization information, I want to point out that organization information as well as website information, those two tabs look very similar. So when you get to the website information, don't think that you are filling in the same information all over again. The organization tab is actually for the Brookfield Chamber. The chamber uses this information to keep our database updated, and it helps us keep all of the information straight. So you can include your company name, fax and phone number, your email address. This is where you will include your website, your address information. If the physical address is different from the mailing address, you can put that information here. Also at the bottom, you can put your established date if you would like to provide that, as well as your full-time employee count and your part-time employee count. Also at the bottom, this is where you will see who is currently listed as your billing contact. If that is different, that's where we go back to the personal information tab and change that under profile. Under employees, here you can see all the employees that are listed through the chamber. If you have an employee that's part-time, I'm thinking maybe 5 hours a week, only does social media, they probably don't need to be listed here. But if you have 10 full-time employees that 9 out of 10 or all 10 of you participate in chamber programs or would like to receive chamber information, I would recommend including all of your employee count here. You can also add employees this way or deactivate employees also. Under the website information. So as I had mentioned, this page looks very similar to the organization page. If you would like all of the organization information to be uploaded, you can use this box here. This website page is what is shown on the directory. It is what is shown on your enhanced listing. So if for some reason your company name is different, you can change that here. If you do business as, I would recommend putting that name here. Under the website URL text versus the website URL, these might seem like they are the exact same thing, but they are not. Under the text is where you can put visit us here, visit our website. You can just put the word website, but the URL is your actual full-length URL, such as www.brookfieldchamber.com. The social network services, this is your company social media channels. So your company's LinkedIn, your company's Facebook, and your company's Twitter. Right now, we only have the option of including those 3 social media channels. I know a lot of companies are starting to use Instagram. Right now, because we are limited based off of our hosting, our website host, we only have those 3 options. Moving down to the web description. This is your about section. My recommendation is to go to your company's website, copying your entire about page and pasting it right in here. People want to know as much about you as they can, and you want to make it easy for them. The search results description is what is listed in Google. When you search your company in Google and it shows that you are a member of the Brookfield Chamber and there's a link to take you to the Brookfield Chamber's directory, this is that small amount of text that's listed below that link. Your hours of operation. This is really important, especially right now. The Brookfield Chamber never stopped working despite the COVID interruption. That being said, we were all working remotely for a substantial amount of time. So while our hours stayed the same, 8:30 until 5, Monday through Thursday, here we could have put 8:30 to 5, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 until 3 on Friday. Please call for an appointment, working remotely. Under driving directions, this is really important if your company is in a business park. The reason is it's sometimes hard to find specific companies when you drive into a business park. So if you're the third building down on the right with the brown door, this would be a good place to put that information. Under highlights, if your company does specific services or offers specific products and you have a different page for those services or products on your website, this is where you can put that information. You have the option of highlighting 5 different features. An example would be a photography company that does business headshots, senior pictures, weddings, family photos. You can put senior pictures up here, business headshots here, family photos here, and weddings. And then you can link them directly to those pages on your website. By verifying the URL, that takes you directly to your website to make sure that you put in the correct page. Here at the bottom is where your keywords would be listed. So these keywords help your SEO and for people to find you. If you are like I mentioned, a photography company in Brookfield, you can put photographers in Brookfield, Brookfield photography, photographer, Brookfield. The keywords don't necessarily need to be just one word at a time. It can be phrases. However, when you put these keywords or key phrases into this box, you do need to separate each keyword or phrase with a comma. Under categories, when you invest in the Brookfield Chamber, you tell us which category you would like to be listed under. So a photographer would be listed under photography, and then an accountant would be listed under accounting. If you go to this tab and it is wrong, please reach out and let us know and we will change it for you. Because this information is on our database and on our website, we have to change this information on our back channel. Right now, we are offering to include 3 different categories for your company. So if you are interested in having 3 different categories, please reach out again and we will change that information for you. Under logos, you have 2 different places, you have 2 options to put your logo. However, because your directory listing is just one page, you want to include as much information on that page as possible. So I would actually recommend keeping your header as either a picture of your products or services, a picture of your employees, things like that. And then your logo, your company logo, is what will go here. As I mentioned, once we go through all of this and once we go through the tutorial, you will see the difference on where these 2 are listed. So just bear with me and remember that there's a header option and a logo option. Under the photos, this is one of my favorite features about this new enhanced listing option, is you can actually put in a photo gallery of your company, whether that's products and services, that's pictures of your employees, pictures of community service that your company has done, whatever that information is and whatever those pictures are, include those here. People love pictures, so you definitely want as many pictures as possible. I will say, when you upload a picture on here, you do have the option of putting in a caption. When you look at your directory listing, the caption may not show up right away. And the reason is the caption only shows if somebody hovers over your photo. Under the videos tab, you can include one video of your company on your enhanced listing page. It has to be a YouTube URL, so my recommendation is to upload it onto YouTube and then take that URL and put it in here. Videos are very popular right now, and it's an easy way to get information, and it's an easy way to hear from you directly, the organization, without having to do a significant amount of research. Under the map pin information, this is where you can decide if you would like Google Maps to be shown on your enhanced listing. If you work out of your home, I would recommend not including this, just because you probably don't want people showing up, random people showing up out of nowhere at your front door. But if you have a specific location, a specific building, you can select the Google Maps option at the top here. Instead of doing none, instead of not having a photo, instead of not having a map, I would recommend including an image. That's another touch point for your potential customer, and it's another way to feature something about you. Scrolling down here, you will see the option of including a specific longitude and latitude. So if you know that your pin is in the incorrect spot on Google Maps, you can manually set the coordinates by putting this information in. The address to display on the map pin, here I have selected the physical address from the organization info. If you would like a different address to display, then you can put that information in here. Under the membership badge, Google likes what I call a completed circle. This helps your SEO and your ability to be found on Google by having a complete circle. And the way that I can best describe that is right now on your directory and your enhanced listing page, people are clicking on your highlights on your website to go from the Brookfield Chamber page to your website. To complete that circle, you want people to go from your website back to the Brookfield Chamber page. And to do that, you can reach out to us for a membership badge that you can include anywhere on your website, and people can click on that badge and it'll take you directly back to your directory page on the Brookfield Chamber's website. For more information on the membership badge, please reach out to us again and we will get that information to you. We have finished the tutorial on how to do your enhanced listing, and I know that was a lot of information. So now we're going to take a look at some Brookfield Chamber members that have taken advantage of this enhanced listing, and you can see it live and you can see how everything you've worked so hard to put together actually looks in real life. Our first example is the Elmbrook Humane Society. Here you can see at the top in their header photo, like we had mentioned, they have decided to display their logo. You can also see here on the side is another place that they've decided to display their logo. On the right here, you can see where it says animal care and nonprofit. Those are their categories that they have decided to be listed under. You can see their address, their phone number, their fax number. Here you can see where they have decided to say send email instead of including just their email address. And here you can see their URL to their website. On the right here is their Google Map page with their pin. This is where their social media channels are listed. Right now they've only decided to list Facebook. Their hours, office hours, and driving directions. This is also where they have included their About Us section and their highlights. So how to donate, wish list, how to volunteer, humane education, training and behavior. If you were to click on one of these, it would take you directly to their website and the specific page on their website that highlights these items. This is also where you'll see the representative and contact information for the Elmbrook Humane Society. So Heather is the only one that has listed her information. She has decided not to include a picture, but this is how you can get a hold of Heather. So her phone number, her fax number, and her cell phone number, as well as the address where you can find her. Another Brookfield Chamber member is Stories Frame Photography. Here you can see at the top is a little bit different than the Elmbrook Humane Society. Abby Miller of Stories Frame Photography has decided to include some pictures of her photography. At the top, that is her header photo. And then on this left side here, you can see her logo is right next to her category of photography. Also included is her address, her phone number, the send email, as well as a link to her website. She's also included a LinkedIn page and a Twitter page. Her hours are by appointment, and then driving directions are listed right there as well. Her About Us section is smaller than the Elmbrook Humane Society, but that is her choice and completely up to how she wants to display her company. Again, this enhanced listing is all about your organization and your company, so it's how you want to display yourself. Here you can see her video is listed, as well as her highlights. She has decided to include only 4, which that's definitely up to her and however she would like to do this. And at the bottom, you can see her images that she's decided to display. So here, if I were to, because I'm hovering over this photo of Carol White, you can see at the bottom is where the caption is listed. And then moving down is her representative and contact information. So here is just her phone number and her address, but she has included a picture of her headshot. Thank you for taking the time to go over this enhanced listing training. I know we went over a lot of information, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the Brookfield Chamber office. Thank you.